Yay, technical difficulties.
Welcome back. We fixed our issues, hopefully. Ben reset
Hopefully.
his router. No, I just saw some glitching. It's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm not recording the video. I forgot what we were talking about.
We actually really weren't talking about all that much.
Because we were trying to get to the end of the 2-minute episode or whatever.
Exactly.
Anyway, this is a new episode. For most of them, this is a different day. So,
yeah.
Forget about the past, Ben.
I typically do.
What do you want to talk about? We have time.
You know what?
We have
I
15 minutes
always
ahead of
want
us.
to talk about comics, but
Yes.
I feel like we talk about comics a lot on this show.
We did the last group of episodes was a lot of comic talk, and we have a lot of comic talk coming up for us because Civil War happens next week.
Yeah.
And for everyone else, it'll be like a couple weeks ago, but they'll be recovering from our Civil War overload.
So you know what I'd be willing to talk about? Let's talk about Star Wars.
Star Wars, that's a good topic. I don't think we've talked really at all about Rogue One yet.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
And
that's a shame, actually. We should have done something for the trailer, aside from your breakdown blog.
Hey, I thought I did a great breakdown, though.
You did, but we could have done like some video content or something, too. But, I mean, that'll be easier later when we're together. Yeah, so what about Star Wars? Did you want to talk about, like, Rogue One, or...?
I mean, we can talk about Rogue One.
How about we just start? I'm super excited for Rogue One.
I'm super excited about Rogue One. I'm hearing a lot of people complaining about
the Mary Sue protagonist, supposedly.
Well, yeah, and not even that as much as the story. Like, why
Really?
make a movie out of the story? Yeah.
People are dumb.
People are dumb. I mean, not you guys that listen to our show.
Oh, absolutely not. They're the best.
They are the best.
They're talking to you, Recruit. You're the best.
And Sam.
And Sam does watch our Final Fantasy VII shows. It's awesome.
I hate these little fire fucks.
The bombs, yes. You have to be careful with the bombs. They are a mainstay in Final Fantasy. So if you haven't gotten some shit in Final Fantasy X yet, because I know you're playing 10, you will, because they're in every game.
God damn it.
Yep. They like to grow and explode. So yeah, why would people complain? Like, maybe they don't understand the context. Like, maybe they're like, I don't want to see another story about the Death Star. But it's like, that's really just the device. That's not the story. Like, I want to see another story about Vader, like, in its prime. And about these human characters that don't have force powers. And, like, they're almost all Han Solo characters. Like, none of them are all, like, we're good guys. Like, they're all kind of like...
I mean, they're all, like, bounty hunter, like...
They're all scoundrels.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Like, I'm super excited for it. I'm joining SharePlay again because it kicked me off.
Yeah, I see that. What the hell?
But there is a lot of weird complaints coming out. I think overwhelmingly it's good, which is great. Like, I'm not upset, but there is this little loud audience that's like, they're not interested, and like they're worried about the main character. Like, the fact that both of the new movies have female protagonists, and they're like what people think of as a Mary Sue, even though that's not really what they are at all.
So explain what you mean by a Mary Sue. I don't understand this reference.
It's... I don't want to be wrong, so I'm gonna pull up a like general definition of a Mary Sue. And this is going to be the definition I pull up will probably be what it actually is and not what people think.
Hey, Mike, I'm just going to kick you out of SharePlay and share screen on the computer.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, God, everything got louder all of a sudden now that I'm not in a party.
It got louder? That's weird. On the mixer?
Well, yeah, because when I'm in party, yeah.
Right. Anyway, so... a Mary Sue for female characters. Hold on.
mean, I'm really excited about Felicity Jones's character. I think she's going to do great.
Yeah. This says a Mary Sue is an idealized and seemingly perfect fictional character, a young or low-rank person who saves the day through unrealistic abilities. Often this character is recognized as an author insert or wish fulfillment. So that is
every
kind
main
of
character in the Star Wars universe.
Every main character in a fiction story ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a generic definition, and people think of it as like this complaint thing. And the reason I think they feel like that, the reason they attribute when they assign a character as a Mary Sue, it's usually because they feel like the character itself is generic and only serves the plot, and they're not a character in their own right.
Pouring.
What?
I was not expecting rain. It just.
Oh.
I thought my house was burning down because I was hearing random sounds and I just turned the heater on.
Oh yeah, I can actually hear it.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's low enough that it shouldn't be an issue.
I more meant sorry. I keep changing the topic to things that are going on around me.
Oh, that's okay. So yeah, typically I think people like attribute a character to a Mary Sue because they feel like this character, like, for instance, Force Awakens, Rey is called a Mary Sue by most people because it's like she's just overpowered and she's only there to push stuff forward, and they don't recognize her as a character that she is, which I think us at least, we like Rey as Rey. Like, we think she is an interesting character because she's
Obi-Wan's daughter.
She's been abandoned and she has no memories. I'm just gonna brush over that. Because she's been abandoned, has no memories, and she has this powerful force like ability, and it's like that is interesting in itself. Aside from her being like the character that pushes the plot forward.
I went there already.
I don't know. Like, the whole argument on Mary Sue is really dumb. Max Landis has a lot to say about it generally because he's a screenwriter. He's getting pretty popular lately, which is kind of weird because I just kind of. I've known about him for a long time, but I turned on to him
I've been seeing his name pop up a lot more, even in because I'm constantly reading comic book news.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's doing American Alien right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which looks like a great comic. I want to read it.
Yeah, it's Superman. You know?
But I mean, that like when I heard a breakdown of American Alien and heard some of the smaller plots throughout it, I was like, this isn't the Superman that I want to read about. Like, this version. Because he's not, the Superman that we know yet. He's the early Superman. He's the Superman that Man of Steel should have been.
Right.
But he's not. But yeah, so he does, he has a YouTube channel. He does little vlog videos pretty often. And he's got a couple about Mary Sue's in general. And he could explain it and tear it apart way better than I can, essentially. So maybe I'll go hunt down one of those and put it in the description of this video for people to watch. But yeah, as soon as the Rogue One trailer dropped, those people came back again, and first time we heard about them since Rogue One, or since Force Awakens, and they're like, "Oh, another Mary Sue for Star Wars! Like, why?" And
why not? Like, I don't understand the complaint in the Star Wars universe. That's what
Star Wars is about, essentially.
Exactly.
It's about one person who is special and needs to rise up and do something to change the environment. Yeah. And the other complaint is that it's another girl, and it's like, so what?
Yeah. At least in the grand scheme of things, Star Wars is getting the female character for the sake of female character right.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it comes down to is like, you almost can't win when it comes to like using women in stories, because it's like, oh, you made that a woman because you needed a woman in the story, or you made that a woman because you needed a victim, you needed a damsel or something, and it's like, what's your point? Like, this character, for what we know right now, which is not much of the movie, this character could have been male. So why not?
Yeah.
Like it, but it doesn't matter actually. Like to the story, it could be male or female, and it just is. It's a female. What's the problem?
Yeah.
No.
People be crazy.
Like we don't know about Rey either. Potentially, she could have been a male, and it wouldn't have mattered. So why does it matter that she's a female?
Yeah.
Luke could have been a girl. It could have been the Skywalker sisters, and it wouldn't actually change the story. Essentially.
Oh, motherfucker. That was a useless move on my part.
Eris is dead.
Yeah, she is.
I'm on a delay now, aren't I? Probably not much.
Not by much, by like 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's not bad. It's fine. Now the problem is I usually pace around my living room when we're talking, and I have the game on the TV, and now it's on my computer screen. So it's
I am so sorry.
Viewable from all angles. But yeah, I think that's enough about that aspect. I think I don't really know what I could say about it.
So the character in white in that trailer, you know,
the villain character,
yeah. I attributed that to being a young Grand Moff Tarkin.
I don't think so.
He looks very Grand Moff Tarkin.
He looks
very
fancier
close to
than
pushing.
Grand Moff. I feel like I don't think this movie takes place early enough to be that young. Like I think this movie's only taking place maybe up to a year before New Hope, and I've seen.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I've seen recently too, because I watch a lot of podcasts and shit. Fat Man on Batman, they talked about it, and Mark Berninan like pitched a movie that actually takes place alongside New Hope. So like they steal the plans and stuff, and then like in his version of this movie, the new character, Felicity Jones's character, she actually like. I don't know where he got this. I think it just came out of his brain because I have no evidence for any of this. But in his version, she becomes like a spy essentially with the Empire after the Death Star's plans get stolen. And in the final battle, like with Vader hunting down Luke in the trench, she's the TIE fighter that knocks Vader out of the trench. And like she dies there to get Luke to destroy the Death Star. And then like. And then at the medal ceremony, like, the rest of the group is there and she's gone. And they don't get medals because they were, like, the secret forces and stuff. And it's, like, it's an interesting thought, but there's no evidence of any of that in, like, what we know so far. Anyway. Yeah, I do. Either way, I think this movie is fairly close in the timeline to New Hope, so I don't think.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
Because yeah, I mean, we see this are being completed in the trailer, so it's got to be really close.
Yeah.
I do think he potentially might be someone that's higher than Tarkin, and then maybe he dies in this movie, and Tarkin gets the like the promotion to take over the Death Star or something. I don't know. Or he's below Tarkin and he's around and maybe he dies or doesn't die. We don't. That's what's weird. Is this movie's right in the middle of like continuity, but they could still do anything they want. All that has to happen by the end is the rebels need the plans and the Death Star needs to be there, and Vader can't die because he's going to be there, and Tarkin can't die if he's in the movie, and so everything else is just up in the air. Like we don't know.
Because she's got the stuff. Yeah. Oh, look, chocobos. Oh, do I need a chocobo to get through there?
No, you can't actually go there. You have to.
I don't like these guys.
Oh yeah, they use the cards, right? The random attacks. Yeah. God, this video is very choppy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't need to see the game. I know what the game is. We can't get away from tech problems though, overall.
No, it'll be really nice
Yeah.
when we can just say, "Hey, Mike, you're coming over for a game night where we're gonna play Final Fantasy for
Yep. For however
hours."
long.
So,
yeah.
I recently made a post, kind of consolidating all of my Star Wars theories into one.
Yes, you did.
Did you happen to read that post at all?
Back when you first posted it, yes.
Okay. So I'm curious as to what your thought of, what's her name?
The main
Maz Kanata.
Oh.
Not Rey.
No, the main character from Rogue One. Maz Kanata.
I'm wondering what your thoughts of her potentially being a Gray Jedi are.
I mean, I feel like my understanding of a Gray Jedi is kind of loose and like light. So essentially, a Gray Jedi being someone who can tap into the light and the dark side of the Force.
Yeah,
they have a better balance in themselves, so they're not one way or the other.
Right, they're always walking that very fine line.
Right.
Why does it say target on it all of a sudden?
It means you hit, I think, select or something on the PlayStation controller. It's just another like thing, so you can tell who's different. Like if you're fighting like one enemy that had multiple points, you would know that he has multiple attack points and stuff. So yeah, in that sense, sure, she might be a Gray Jedi, but I don't even know if like that's gonna have a place in this canon necessarily. Like, do they talk about Gray Jedi in like Rebels or something? Like, is it like an actual thing that's named and talked about?
So it's not named specifically, but oh my god, this is the day where I just can't remember names at all. You know, the Anakin's Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah.
Ahsoka is a Gray Jedi.
Because she leaves the Order.
Because she left the Order, she still uses the Force, and her lightsaber's color is the traditional color of a Gray Jedi.
Okay.
Because it's gray.
But does she actually, like... I haven't seen any of Rebels, so does she actually start tapping into dark side stuff? Is that a thing? Or are you saying that just because of where she is in life? Like, she's not with the light side strictly anymore, and her lightsaber is not blue or green, essentially.
Well, I mean, they don't necessarily always use... Or they don't necessarily use the dark side often. It's just they're not aligned with anyone. They don't believe with any of the... They're essentially a Jedi atheist.
Right, they're a neutral.
Yeah.
So yes, in that sense, I would say potentially Maz Kanata is a Gray, because she is a neutral, but, I mean, they could just as easily say that she is, like, a Jedi. Like,
but she specifically said she's no Jedi. That is why I think she is too in tune with the Force to not be a Force or like a Force user, essentially.
Right. I'll agree with that. I think they. I mean, it's not confirmed, and deleted scenes aren't necessarily canon either. But I know she does use the Force in the deleted scene, as far as I know.
Yes. Well, except it's not in the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. It was a leaked deleted scene, and then it didn't appear on the Blu-ray.
Okay, so now even more, it might not be canon.
But Abrams said there's going to be another Blu-ray edition that comes out eventually that will have more deleted scenes.
Why do they do that?
Yeah.
I hate that shit. And now I'm not gonna buy it. Now I'm not gonna get the Blu-ray. I'm gonna wait.
The even more annoying thing about that is Target has exclusive content on it.
Hate it.
And I hate that.
Yes. Same thing for games too. Games do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Exclusive DLC and stuff for each different retailer.
Except at the very least, of most games that I play that do that,
you can buy the DLC separately.
Yeah, eventually you can get all of it.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
I'm sorry. I'm not paying any attention.
I think that's where I came from.
No, head that way. Or actually, God, it's so dark. No, yeah, head that way. That's Corel.
Isn't that where I came from?
No, yeah. No, it's not. I promise it's not. So yeah, I mean, they basically left it by cutting out that scene specifically. They kind of left it so they could do whatever they want. She's definitely a Force sensitive. She's also very old, so it's not like she came around after the Jedi were gone. So yeah, maybe she never was a Jedi, but she is very in tune with the Force. Maybe she was a Jedi, but she kind of shed that when the Jedi Order died. Maybe it was even before the Jedi Order that we know from the prequels. Like we don't know. I see her as a Yoda type character, so she could easily be like upwards of 1,000 years old and like have a very like substantial like range of the timeline.
Well, so, I mean, and that I think she even says that she's been around a long, long time.
Right. So like maybe in a way she might not above. In a way, she might see herself as something different anyway. Like, maybe essentially she is a Jedi, but... I mean... have they confirmed anything about, like, the Old Republic and stuff in the new canon?
No.
No? So, for all we know, the Council was the first real Jedi, and maybe she was around before that, so she never really considered herself a Jedi. But she's a Force sensitive. But, I mean... Like, we don't know.
Yeah, but... No. Because
she definitely veers towards the light side, because she's with the Skywalker.
There's been Jedi before the Jedi Order in the prequel. Because that is confirmed in both Clone Wars, in Rebels, and... I mean, even... Yeah, this is where I was, Mike.
This is the right place. I didn't see you here. This is where you're supposed to be.
Oh.
So there's some shops and stuff here, and then when you're done, you're gonna go over to the left side, the west, and there's a trolley that you're gonna take to the Golden Saucer.
God, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there, Gold Saucer. Yeah, so, I mean, yes, the Jedi existed before the Council that we've seen, but we don't, like... In the expanded universe, we know that council has lasted for like 25,000 years. Like it's been a long time. Although I guess even Obi-Wan says 10 generations or whatever, or 100 generations.
And on top of that, they say that Luke is going to the very first Jedi.
Right. Like the first.
And nobody knows where that is at all.
Except for maybe Maz Kanata. She was there. Kanata. Because she was there. We don't know enough. And now that there's like been a reboot in the canon, we really don't know a lot about anything. Because they can change whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm safe. I feel okay with things she's a Gray Jedi right now, but I do think she leans towards light side because of where she's aligned in the grand scheme, so as of right now. But I mean that doesn't need to mean anything, really.
Yeah, I guess.
I think just beyond the original trilogy, I think an important aspect of this new trilogy story is going to be that there isn't really a light side and dark side. Like the Sith might have seen things in absolutes, but so did the Jedi, the Council. Like that's not how it is. There are shades everywhere, and Kylo, like, from what we hope, Kylo is going to be good by the end of this trilogy. Like, Rey's going to bring him back, but he's not going to get rid of the dark side. So he's going to be a Gray Jedi. Like, he's going to come back to the light, but still have all this dark power that makes him really strong.
Right.
So, like, I think this story is going to be about the balance between the two, the real balance between the light and the dark side, and not just we're the light side, so we have to eliminate the dark side, and vice versa. And I hope that's where it goes. I don't think we're done talking about Star Wars, but this episode is over.
Okay.
By a couple minutes. We'll go ahead and talk through the rest of this little cutscene until we can actually. There. Stop right there. Shinra troops, what for? Cliffhanger. Until next time on Let's Play Podcast. Thanks for watching. If you like what you hear or see, hit that subscribe button.
Do it now.
We don't have a date, but we do want we're working on a goal to get 100 subscribers, and when we do, we're gonna do something special. We haven't decided what yet, but we're trying to get 100. So subscribe and share and get people to subscribe.
Yeah.
So thanks. See you next time.
Thank you.